Okay. So in the last class, we were discussing about Apex testing. Today, we'll see about asynchronous Apex. Okay. So what is asynchronous Apex means? So it's a execution of Apex code in the background. Um, so if you have different code blocks to run at the same time, so we can separate execution of one block of code, okay, which don't require user interaction. Okay, so that will execute in the background without making any delay or so further processing of other block of codes. So for that we have four different uh, asynchronous Apex forms. That is a future Apex, queuable Apex, batch Apex, schedule Apex. So if normal execution have limitations like suppose 10 records you can do in normal execution, asynchronous Apex will have double the limit. So just like in normal Apex execution transaction, we can write only 100 SQL queries. But if you are doing the same operation in asynchronous Apex, 200 SQL queries permitted. Okay, so whatever you do in normal Apex code execution, so that limit doubles in a asynchronous Apex. Clear? So higher limits.
Yes, yes.
So these are the um, forms, four different forms for different features. So one has different features, other one will have more advantages than the previous one. Yeah. Suppose future is there. Future has some limitations. To overcome future limitations, they introduced the queuable Apex. Queuable has some limitations. Again, batch we have. Okay. To schedule the Apex transactions execution at different intervals, we have this schedule Apex like that. So let us see. Future Apex, the methods with the future annotation are future methods. They run in the background, okay, separately in separate queue. Then, and here the limitation and the conditions, future methods should be static type and not written anything, should have void, and also a public or global, they should be, okay. And so future, with the future, we can avoid the mixed DML exception. So mixed DML exception solution is using of future methods. So when this mixed DML exception occurs, whenever you are performing the insert operation in the same transaction, you are performing insert on setup object, non-setup objects. So you are inserting one setup object and one non-setup object related records at a time. Okay, so that caused the mixed DML exception. So here setup means only these user object, group object, that means public group, profile, layout, page layout, email templates. So any of these five come under the category setup objects. Rest everything non-setup. Okay, account, contact, any other custom objects. So you cannot mix both this record and this type record. You cannot perform. And not only insert, you can. So this can occur for other DML operations also. To overcome that, you will use future annotation for one, for for that method. If you put a future annotation, that will be over. Okay. So here, the limitations in interview questions also. So it is important. Um, so what should be the return type? Void. Okay. And the type of method, static, compulsory static. Then after coming to limitations, you cannot call one feature from another feature method. Okay. You cannot put another feature method inside a feature method. That means chaining. While execution, you are calling another feature method. Okay. That is chaining. Chaining is not possible. And primitives as data types. Future method can take only primitive data types. That means while passing parameters, the data type should be basic data type. Okay, you cannot pass records, account record, contact record, like that. List of records you cannot pass. Only string, integer, double decimal, boolean you can pass to the future method. Okay, let us see. Public static void future. Okay, so here you will put as future. Then this becomes a future method. System.debug. The statement is written inside a future method. Public static void disp method. This is normal method. Let me execute this. What happens? Check in the logs. Disp I am calling. Okay, which internally has the future method call.
Okay.
See here, two separate logs generated, one for future method and another one is for normal method.
Yes.
So, so what this future annotation it will do, it will separate the execution of this method from the normal execution. So it will execute whenever resource is available. It will execute separately. Both will execute separately. To see the output of future method, you have to open this line. Okay, this is future method statement return. This is normal method. Okay.
Okay.
So this future annotation separates that this block execution, so that in the background, if it takes a long time to execute, in the background it will complete the task. So that is the thing, without breaking. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So for to make the callouts, to make the Apex callouts in the integrations, okay, from trigger we'll compulsory use the future annotation, future method. To make callouts from trigger, we'll use future asynchronous future. So these are the important interview point of view, important questions. These are the limitations, how you can make a call out from trigger. That is one question.
Okay.
What is mixed DML exception? How you can, handle that. Okay. And future method limitations, future method benefits, those things. Okay. And also difference between future and queuable. So those things. Let us see here, queuable Apex. So it has same properties. It also works in the background only. So whatever the code block that you would like to run in the background, you will take it as a queuable. It's advanced to future. So it has advanced benefits like you can get a job ID so that you can check the status, and also future won't allow the S object as a parameter. Here queuable allows that, and also chaining is possible. You can call one queuable from another queuable method. Okay, so those are disadvantages, limitations in future, benefits in queuable. Okay, to overcome those disadvantages, we have queuable. Okay. So this is the syntax of queuable. A public class, my class name implements queuable. It uses one interface, okay, called queuable. Then after public void execute whatever you would like to do to run in the background, that you will put inside that execute method. The text queuable context, that's a compulsory parameter to this execute method. To call that system.enqueue job and then class name. Okay, system.enqueue job and then new class name, object of that class. You can pass as parameter, then it will execute. Let's see here. Separate class. Queuable. Okay, it uses one interface, implements queuable, okay, queuable. Then after public void execute, queuable context. Public void execute, queuable context. Okay, that variable name can be anything. CON, anything you can put, no issue. Then after code block, system.debug, statement is inside global. Okay. Let us execute. System dot execute queuable. For this, we need to pass the object of this class. Okay. Obj. Execute queuable method. Syntax run method. Enqueue job. System dot enqueue job. Incorrect signature. Enqueue job. Prashant queuable from type system. The method name is wrong. Okay. See here, we have taken a class which implements a queuable interface. Then after, so this is the queuable method. So where you need to put all your logic to run in the background. Okay. So this is normal execution. This is queuable execution. You can see two logs here. Okay. And then it is, this is how you can call system.enqueue job and then object of that class. I think you can also pass like this. Obj you can pass.
Yes.
So we defined object separately. Then after we passed that object for that. Okay, both are same. Here directly, so without creating the object, I passed a new my class. Okay, that is queuable Apex. So it has its limitations. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the benefits getting the job ID. Whenever you are performing, whenever you are calling that queuable Apex NQ job, that can return job ID, string job ID. Then after with that job ID, what you can do in setup, in Apex jobs or background jobs, let us see.
Okay.
Yeah, Apex jobs only. Here you can check the status. To check the status, if it is long running job, then status will be pending or in progress. Whether that is complete or not, you can check here. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the purpose. That is one advantage. And chaining allowed. In a future method, chaining is not possible. That means we cannot call one feature from another feature. But in queuable, one queuable you can call, uh, inside another queuable. Okay. And then limitation, millions of records, processing is not possible. So for that, we have batch Apex. Okay. So with this, you can process up to uh, 50 million records in the background. With the data loader, we can process 5 million records. With the data loader, we can import, export, delete up to 5 million records. More than 50,000 records, up to 5 million. Here with the batch processing, we can process up to 50 million records in the background. So whenever so the processing is taking much time, then batch Apex is the option. So here what we'll do, we'll make small chunks and we'll do the operation. So here we'll use one interface, database.batchable interface, which has global methods like start, execute, and finish methods. So where one method prepares the data, other method process the uh, code execution. Then after another method, we have optionally, so in that we can send the notification mails that this is completed. You can review like that. Okay.
Okay.
So here, interview point of view, how many batches we can have active at a time? 5 batches, 5 batch jobs we can have at a time. That means um, 5 batch executions can be in progress at a time. Okay, and per day, 2,50,000 records per day it can process, or number of user licenses into 200 records. Okay, how many user licenses you have? If it is more than 2,50,000, then it considers user licenses into multiplied by 200 records. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Let us see batch Apex. Class should be global type. So it should implement implements database.batchable. That is the name of that interface. So which has three methods. So one is global start, all are global type, global execute. Then after, whether you use it or not, you should have all these three methods. Will compulsory will use start and execute. Optionally, we can use finish method. Okay,
Okay.
this is optional using this, but all these will share one variable in the parameter variable, that is batchable context. Batchable context. Yes. Okay. So this will send the data, return the data. So we'll write the query for data to process, and that will send data to this execute method. Execute method will receive that data. What type of data? If it is account data, then account list. Okay. The scope variable. Scope variable will get the data. Then after we'll process on the scope records. We'll finish execute. See here. Start method can have return type.
Okay.
Database dot query locator. This is the return type. Database dot query locator. Global database dot query locator start. That is this is the return type. Here string query equal to select name comma phone comma annual revenue from account return database dot something called text back. Let us see. Okay, like this. Get query locator. That I forgot. String query equal to select name own annual revenue from it. Okay, public, not public, should be global. It should be global, compulsory. Global database dot query locator start. Then database dot batchable context BC. Okay. Okay, this should be database dot batchable context everywhere. What is the error message? No type arguments, parameters, database. Okay, we are good now. Yeah. So we have completed start method, okay, which prepares the data in small chunks. The size of the by default is 200 size of the chunk, and maximum we can put 2000. We can take 2000 records in a batch, or by default it's 200. Batch wise records gets executed. Suppose we have 50,000 records, then if you take 2000, then it prepares 2000 records in batch. The execution will happen for every 2000 records. Once 50,000 records processing completed, then it will stop executing. Then it will call finish method. Okay. So it prepares the data. Then after, if for all records in scope, for all records in scope, a dot phone. If a dot phone equal to null, okay, a dot phone equal to update scope. Return type. Okay. Got it. Return type we didn't mention here. That is
Yeah.
right. Execute method again has issue. Public void execute method. Okay, then no issue. Okay, see here. So this is my batch apex class. So this is the batch apex access pair. Then after, this is the name of the batch apex class, and then implements. This is the interface. Okay, database.batchable. That S object indicates the list of records. S object, we have to put that
Okay.
list of records. Then after, so this database.batchable has three methods. So one is the start method, other one is the execute method, and finish method. So all shares one parameter, that is the database.batchable context parameter. So that one execute after the previous one execution finished. First start method executes. It prepares the data into chunks and uh, passes to this execute method in the scope variable. This scope variable, as long as it has batches of records in it, it will execute the same logic. Okay, whatever the logic mentioned in it. Then after, it will tell the batchable context, I'm done. Then finish method executes one time. Okay.
Okay.
To call the batch class, create the object of it. Then database start execute batch. Database dot execute batch. This is the method. This method takes the object of that class, batch class, and then scope. Okay, 250, 500, like that. By default 200, maximum 2000.
Okay.
Now see what happens in the logs. So from here, the chunk handler, okay, chunks handler, batch apex related different logs generated. And also you can check the progress. Okay, under the apex jobs, batch apex completed. How many batches processed, how many success, how many failed, like that. Clear?
Clear.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Next, we have scheduled effects. So with this program, we can schedule the code execution. Okay, repeatedly. Okay. Um, so every Monday at 10 p.m. Okay, or monthly once, the start of the month. Like that, we can schedule the job to run. So this is normally we'll do for whenever we are doing some frequently doing um, cleaning the data. Okay, deleting the old records, every uh, old data like 6 months earlier data,
Okay.
like frequently. Every month we'll do that same activity. So for that, we'll use the cron expression. To schedule this programmatically, we'll use the cron expression. Cron expression has 7 fields. That includes seconds, minutes, hours, day of month. The sequence should be same. Okay.
Okay.
Month, day of week, then year. These are the uh, values it will take in the cron expression. That cron expression will include at the time calling that schedule job. Okay, system dot schedule. So job title, that is your user defined title that appears in the Apex jobs or scheduled jobs. Okay.
Okay.
And then cron expression, and then class name, which class you are scheduled. Okay, that class you are scheduling should implements one interface called schedulable interface. Schedulable. Okay, then after in the execute method, schedulable context we should use. So it will check whether execute method with the schedulable context available or not during the schedule. Otherwise, it cannot schedule your class.
Okay.
And your class, whether that implements the schedulable interface or not. Okay, then only that class available for schedule purpose. So implementing schedulable interface is compulsory, and having that execute method with the schedulable context, that also mandatory. Okay, this is
Okay.
one way. Scheduling the class using the cron expression is one way. Other way is using the setup. In the Apex classes only, we have the schedule option. Go to Apex classes list. Okay, schedule Apex. Schedule Apex, give the job name, any name that indicates the alert. Then after Apex class with the schedulable interface, all the Apex classes with schedulable interfaces available like that. Okay, then after using cron expression, using the standard setup. Okay,
Okay.
when this executes on its own, it executes on every Monday, starting from today, end on particular date, preferred execution time, morning 4 a.m., 3 a.m., like that, weekly, monthly. Okay, job is added to the queue in the scheduled jobs. Okay, scheduled jobs. So this is the job. Submitted, started, not executed anymore.
Okay.
The scheduled run is this time. Okay, 22nd of July at 4 a.m. This gets executed. Okay, whatever the class you selected during the creation of this job. Okay, whatever the class you selected for this job, that job executes at this time. Clear?
Clear.
Yeah. So programmatically to execute, you have to use this. In the execute anonymous window, you just have to okay, string cron expression, that can be anything, any name you can give to this. The expression should be in the string format with seven values. System dot schedule, job title, expression, all those things. String cron expression equal to okay, seven values. After that, system dot schedule job title. Then after cron expression, when to schedule, this class to schedule. Scheduled batchable. Okay, this is the class. Scheduled batchable is the class. What we are doing here in the scheduled batchable, when it is started execution, it is calling another batch apex through it. So actually what we are doing here, we are scheduling this batch. Okay, batch execution we scheduled here. That's it. Cron expression, see here, seconds, values for seconds, 0 to 59. Okay, 0 to 59, first seconds, 0 to 59, 58 I am taking. Minutes, 0 to 59. That is minutes. Hours, 0 to 23. 10 I am taking. Then after day of month, 1 I am taking. Okay. Or asterisk. Asterisk means all days, all days of
Okay.
month. That means every day you are scheduling. Every day you are running that job. Question mark means none. I'm not considering any day. None, nothing.
Okay. Then
Okay.
which day it will take?
Sorry.
Uh, in the question mark, which day it will take?
Uh, in the case of question mark, none. Based on month, I think it exudes. Month. Every day of month, question mark. Not sure that. 10 o'clock. Month, 10 o'clock. All values into 31. So that means I don't think it's just not interested in mentioning kind of thing. Question mark means. Okay. So consider all execution kind of thing. Here, if you see every day 12 a.m., how it indicated 000 asterisk asterisk question mark. Okay, asterisk. So this question mark is day of week. Day of week.
Okay.
Week Sunday to Saturday. Here they taken as a question mark. So that means not particular day of week. Okay.
Okay.
Not particular day of week. Every day. Every day. So at 12 a.m. Okay. I think the only for day of month, a day of week. Anyone we can put question mark. That won't make any, noise here. So normally every day means Saturday, Sunday. So all days will cover, right? So here for day of month they taken as all. Okay. For day of week they taken as question mark. So both are same. All days here for every day of the month this should be executed. Okay.
Okay.
But here for day of week they taken as none, nothing. But still it works. Okay. So you can explore on these things. So I don't think it makes any noise if you take question mark or asterisk. So here just indication all values. Asterisk means question mark means no value. Whenever it is not working, we will change that. Yeah. So 4 values we have taken. Then after fifth one, month. Okay, 1 January. Day of week. I'm taking as question mark. Here optional, you can take, or you can question mark. Let's see. Variable does not exist here. I think you need to pass in the nil quotes. Class object is yeah. Okay, see here. Question mark can only be specified for day of month, not for others.
Yeah, yeah.
For year I mentioned, that's why it throws error. Okay. So that is scheduled now. Okay, you can check in the scheduled jobs. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So it returns the cron trigger ID. Cron trigger related methods will be there. Okay. So
Okay.
with those methods you can check. If you want to check more details of that details, that cron trigger details, you can check when it is scheduled, what programmatically if you'd like to check. Okay. So when it is next scheduled, when it is started execution, everything you can check. For all those things, Salesforce provided methods like that. So this is a asynchronous Apex overall. 4 forms, future, schedulable, queuable, batch Apex. Okay. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll see about Visual Force pages.
Okay. Okay.
That's all for today, Prashant. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.